does mean that it's going to be tough for them to start fights on their own terms. Like the first pick Rumble feels like it has kind of gotten left by the wayside as the rest of the draft played out. There's not really any way to keep the members of NIP on top of that equalizer once it smites down the blue buff. Karis took a rough trade in mid. Care looks to have committed the shockwave in order to do so. Get that shove in. Guan immediately going to pop the Cataclysm to lock down Yaoyao. Going to stop Monkey from being able to return too much damage, but Yaoyao's got health to spare. He's able to stay alive and walk on out. Shwo takes a ton of poke damage, and there's a bout over the wall. Going to force the flash out. Guan now going to be the next target. He falls for first blood. That gold goes over to a bout, but Awesome going to be able to trade right back, and not stopping there. Monkey has to pop the maximum dosage to get himself out of danger. It's a 1-for-1 trade with first blood going the way of WE.
Well, and I think Dragons are actually going to be really important this game for both of these teams. Guan's making his way down. I think this will be gone in time, but Monkey could be a target.
Guan taking a peek down here. I don't think Monkey's in position to be able to respond, and About is all alone. He's got no support. Dive incoming, gets hit with a polymorph, focus down, and Awesome will close out the kill. Down goes About.
This fight is not over. Here come WE.
Awesome going to be able to dash himself back on away. Monkey pops the maximum dosage.
Oh,
In goes Guan. Karis tries to shuffle him back, but connects onto nobody. The Soldier's whip. Shockwave doesn't. Pulls back in Karis.
Comp just becomes so dangerous, and Karis is just in trouble.
Yeah, there's the Orianna winning that side of the matchup we were talking about. Monkey focused down too fast. Maximum dosage will not get him out of dodge that time. Doesn't get an item finished until he's in the death chamber, and now Guan has free reign to work on these grubs.
And that's the kind of mistake that Monkey has been making pretty commonly over the course of this split, where he's just a little too far forward and exploitable. It's a nice pickup from NIP. They've really regained full control of this game over the past couple of minutes with some nice plays and some great side laning. The grubs are going to be very helpful for a team that has so much team fight control, I would normally say, as About ends up coming in. And
Guan, let's see what he has to say about this. He will be able to walk this one out, goes where he pleases, as windows are apt to do. 2 versus 1 now. Awesome, trying to kite away, gets hit by the root, has to flash, still goes down. Awesome just takes an inadvisable 1v2 and drops.
At a point in the game, it's not going to matter, but the setup now around Dragon, we could get a fight very, very quickly here.
He's starting to get chunked out, but there's going to be an engage coming on through. Shockwave combo finds its way into Yaoyao, and Care will be able to finish off the kill. Quick first blood in the fight drawn by NIP, but Monkey not going to back away. Stepping up in towards Guan. Another flag and drag comes through, About able to dodge away from it. Awesome going to mark onto him. Meanwhile, shuffle back onto Care. Not able to finish up the job. Going to be Cube flashing forward to find the Flame Spitter damage, but already Jungler down, and looks like Karis going to be joining him. Nice snipe from About. Will be able to claim the life of Awesome.
At the end of this fight with a nice snipe onto Awesome. Could go a lot worse, but Dragon just going to go down in our picture-in-picture, and NIP will stop the stacking for now.
Back up, and it's on a comp where they drafted to be able to be ahead at this stage. About just trying to fend them off now, get Monkey on towards this Rift Herald. Guan not going to be able to get his way in, and Karis found a shuffle back onto Care, and very well might be able to take him out. Sure does. Solo kill to Karis.
Rift Herald dropped onto the top side. This is going to be a lot of gold going into the pocket of these here, but About
face checks into Awesome and Shwo, and does not win that battle. Another kill over to Awesome.
Yeah, it's one kill on one side of the map for another. Gave him earlier, but now NIP charging down the mid lane tier 1. They're going to be able to get this very, very easily. Open up the map a bit more.
There, gets him a couple of autos from Awesome for his troubles, and he will be taken just a little bit lower, still not in too much danger as they kite back towards the Dragon. Hoya and Guan up in the front line, going to start to work on a Monkey who pops the maximum dosage. Damage coming in on a Hoya. There was the equalizer thrown on out as well. Chunks out Care. Double Shockwave in with the Cataclysm. Karis staying alive, finally shovels them back, but will fall on down. But look at Cube. He's melted them with the Flame Spitter. Gets tons of damage back before he's forced out of the play. About staying alive. Flag and drag towards him. Needs to stand and fight. Can only claim back one before Care and Guan will finish him off through Yaoyao's shielding, and now Yaoyao, the last one alive, will have to surrender this Dragon to NIP. Up against the poke damage of this Ezreal Karma. And looking very much in control are NIP once again at 3.5K up. He ends the fight on his own without any bodies hitting the floor.
It's incredible patience from NIP. They're able to chunk down Monkey, get the ultimate out of him on the Dr. Mundo, and realize, hey, once you get that full health bar, there's no way that you can fight back after that ult is down. And NIP say, we don't care about your river vision. We want some pressure on the mid lane here as they're going to shove this wave in. And Pout's going to be in a decently scary spot.
First TPing, mid-wave still does matter, K-Man, and the NIP fully cognizant of this, will maintain control over it. Equalizer comes on through, does cut off that choke. Yuan tries to scoot away, but will get melted down by Karis, as that's one kill already over to the side of WE. Can they keep this fight going? No, they're going to have to let those go. Catch and release here for WE without that follow-up engage, but they have inside track on the towers, and they know they have a numbers advantage if NIP try to fight them.
NIP pincer themselves in that exchange. Guan just goes a bit too deep trying to chase about.
20 seconds to go. I mean, this is a tough ask to try to walk in through the Azir and the Ezreal. Baron falling lower and lower. Hoya actually flashes in here looking for the big stun. Smite comes through. Monkey secures the Baron for WE. Hoya now in deep up against 5 members of WE, and he will be joining the dead. About claims the kill. WE take the gold lead back.
In the fight, Hoya just wants a piece of the action as well.
There's no CC tools to make the equalizer work, so Cube has to make the map work for him. Finds the opportunity there as Guan only has one path out, forces him to waste the flag and drag, and Karis is able to finish him off on that end. Now, hard pushing in mid, nobody in NIP in position to respond. They take inner turret and inhibitor turret. They're going to take the inhibitor as well. Kair still hasn't gotten back. The base is cracked open.
To win, and they have to win now.
Gotta do it again here, WE. Engage coming on through. A little bit late from Cube, but he does arrive to the scene. Throws out the equalizer. Gets some good damage onto the team. Shuffle back from Karis, but it costs him his life. Into the GA goes Guan. Comes back out on the other side. Hoya low. Guan at about half. Awesome trying to push back 4 members of WE. And no Azir to dish out the damage. Monkey still trying to frontline. Throwing out some of these both cases. There's going to be a big shockwave on towards 3. About Yao Yao incredibly low. Cube trying to deal the damage. True Shot Barrage comes on across, knocks down a couple of members of NIP, but they're still standing and they're still fighting. Hoya up at the front line, looks for the third cast of Antofo strikes, but can't pull anybody back in, and About still at a safe distance away. The health bars are getting lower and lower. The poke is coming on through. About getting harassed. There's the Dragon Soul. It's secured for the side of NIP. Can they get the clap back from WE? Still shots raining on through from About, but NIP stay together. They stay joined. Guan engages onto About able to keep himself standing for just a little bit longer, and it's going to be Monkey get the last laugh here, unless Guan can scoot himself out to safety. NIP, they don't lose any members other than their carry, but they get the Dragon Soul. Any kind of damage to this guy, unless you're fully focusing him down in a team fight context. They will be able to claim the last inner turret up here on the top side as they keep that wave shoved on in.
Get over the wall with that arcane shift, but Monkey could be the next target.
Cataclysm comes out. They just want to hold this Mundo coil as much as they can, be able to try to finish him off. Shockwave comes on out, pulls him back in. Maximum dosage is ticking away, but the damage is ticking faster. Monkey trying to run away will finally be finished off by Hoya. No jungler for WE for about a minute. The Baron is getting worked on here. They know that there's not going to be too much support available for the time being. No Mundo on the board means this should be easy pickings. And down goes the Baron to the likes of NIP just as Monkey respawns. NIP claimed the gold lead back, and now it's basically neck and neck, K-Man themselves, as Paris has to be careful here. There's 3 members of NIP right in front of him, and his inner turret will not last very long. It's made of paper here in 39 minutes into the game. Lower as this fight continues on. There's going to be the Sun Disc thrown down behind them, but they are already working with their minion wave on towards this mid inhibitor turret. NIP get behind them. WE looking to get this fight started, looking to try to cut off NIP and see what they could possibly do to pick somebody off, but they stay together, and once again, they are able to create themselves an outward path. intercepting them all fight long. Monkey now isolated
Monkey?
by Awesome. Gonna get chunked down very, very low. They need to buy Monkey the time he needs to be able to rejoin the health back up, and NIP are not slowing down. Ocean Soul at their back means they can keep this fight chugging.
Cube on the flank, Cube on the flank. You gotta watch out for this Rumble, and Equalizer could turn things around. They have the healing, but we saw what it could do in the last fight.
To wait for NIP to commit so that the Equalizer can still have its maximum value, or they can just throw it on out right here. NIP going to back on away. Hoya cut off from the rest of the team a little bit. Monkey still sitting here at low HP totals, but it's still a pretty good amount. Karis is knocked up. He's isolated, and Awesome will claim that kill. That could be the opportunity NIP have been waiting for to be able to step up into this Elder. Big True Shot barrage comes on through. Yao Yao pulled back in by the Shockwave, and Awesome popping off in the fight will finally be taken down. About claims himself a double kill. Hoya fighting with Cube on the opposite side, and it's Hoya who's going lower and lower, but Shuo showing up for the backup. Cube still able to take down his top lane counterpart. Monkey able to secure the Elder Dragon. How has WE managed to finagle a way out of this? True Shot barrage goes wide, but Monkey is able to interrupt Care's recall, executes him with the Elder Dragon, and About is on a solo mission towards the Nexus.
He's looking to end the game. He doesn't care about the way that things have been set up. It was Ezreal or bust, and the Ezreal is coming through as he marches down the Nexus solo and ends this game for WE.
They can't keep getting away with it, K-Man. How do WE win these games down such ridiculous amounts of gold? About finds another execute in the fountain.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.